plenty non-violent ways to mess with your friends. Although, to be fair, actually some of them do involve TNT and respawning. But that's besides the point. Where's that mob? All you need to do for this is go in, dig down, preferably not into lava, carve out a little room. And all you're going to put in this room is a note block, a head of your choosing on top of that note block, a pressure plate next to it, and then you're going to spawn in a chicken. Or even two! And you'll notice that happens. You just be working up here, doing whatever you... I'm sorry. Where's that mob? And that might leave them driving insane. Now, you will notice there is one problem with the dragon head, in that it's obvious. You're not going to find an ender dragon in the overworld. You might... Guys, can't need to get to here. You might, however, find a zombie in the otherworld. This will be much more believable when they decide to walk on the pressure plate, because they will probably actually start spending time looking for zombies. Now this next one kind of links into the last one, because that's right, we're going underground again into our little room. Hey, however this time we're not going to do that. We're going to step it up a little bit of the notch. We're going to carve out a proper big space. Now this time we're going to make some actual noise by maybe placing, and you'll see where this is going, some nether portals. Not because we're being helpful and we're linking their nether portal up, but because they create lots of noise. What else makes noise, you might ask? Pistons do, so let's get an observer clock. You can do observer clocks very easily, just place two observers going into each other. That's a piston. You can also have something like a bell, which makes quite a bit of noise. That gets activated by that note block with the dragon head, because it's the loudest. And then their life becomes like this all the time. Obviously that's extremely obvious, and what you'd probably want to do is, if they have a nether portal in their base, you'd probably just want to put a few extra nether portals underground just to make it loud but also believable. Number 3, kill them with lag. That's right, we're not actually going to make them die. All we're going to do is first salt in their health, and I recommend doing chickens for this because you can just use eggs. Obviously I'm going to use chicken spawn eggs because it's easier and more available. However, you'll notice that if I just spam click these everywhere, you'll need an excessive amount. It will start to become laggy. I don't have the patience to summon an excessive amount, so we're just going to pretend like I did, okay? You can also take it a step further, and I'll credit this because this is not my design. I got this from a green video. It's linked in the description. If they have a bit of water and have a boat, we can kill them with a bit more lag, let's say. Now we're going to return back to our trusty old observer clocks. Then all you're going to do is simply add a dispenser with a hopper on top, a bit of chests, and you'll need quite a few because the item we're going to use doesn't exactly stack. Fill each and every chest with some boats. Once you've done that, you can get rid of all of this. Didn't realise it was still going, but oh well. Now, first of all, I've done a bit wrong. Usually this bottom bit won't be here. However, you might be thinking, well, do you not lagging? I don't have the time to fill up to excessive amounts. However, I have gone significantly down from like 200 FPS. So I've got enough here, and it kills two birds with one stone. So I'll be like, whoa, this is laggy. So it'll one, kill them with lag, and two, once I get in and start rubbing, I'll admit it's usually a bit more significant. It's just a line. No, we don't want it to be a line. Usually it's like a whole thing. There we go. Woo! However, this doesn't make lag. This just makes it a pain to clean up. Oh my god, it's like an earthquake. Oh my god, what? Ooh, it's alive. It's alive. Number 3, villager dig. This one's simple. I don't believe in killing villagers. They're a pain to get, and you just make them hate you. So instead, I believe we'll dig them down, we'll hide them to make it so they have to use pistons to get them back up again. Inconvenience, time taking. Takes you about, what, 10 minutes? If that, takes them about an hour. Especially if you dig them down by like more than 3 blocks. Now, I've logged on to the Centurion SMP, and I was just going to give you a live demo by coming over to Morty's base, where his villagers are, and digging them down. But, he hasn't exactly fixed it from when I last did it. Now, quite a few people have tools and things they're proud of, and on display. And you see quite a lot of people often think that enchanted netherite tools at a glance can look like enchanted stone tools. So let me just change them right now. Actually, they've been changed for a long time. Personally, I don't see this. I think this is a terrible comparison. But apparently, people think that if you're just like running past at a glance, this could pass for a netherite tool. Can it? Can it really? It looks like stone to me. However, there's one if you want to try it, but it's very risky. Number 6, non-existence. Just get your lovely player here, and whatever they do, just ignore it. Pretend they don't exist. If they type in chat, don't respond. If they are standing in front of you, pretend they're not here. I was playing around with this the other day, it infuriates them. Just never directly look at them for too long. For example, don't go AFK like this. Too obvious. This one I got from season 5 of the mashed potato SMP from our tree war that we did, where we basically just started planting trees in each other's bases to cause huge inconvenience. If you get saplings of any tree, I recommend you do a mix of something like oak, because they're easy to get, with dark oak, because it will grow big, which is more annoying for them. And this will only take you a few seconds, right? Come over and just plant some trees. Doesn't take long. You know, I can do it very quickly, in fact. And then you'll also notice that then, over time, this will grow. And you can also place some bamboo down, which you might be thinking is completely useless and won't do anything. If you properly go to town on bamboo, which you might think is rubbish compared to trees, trust me, the bamboo is where it hurts. So get spamming your bamboo. Obviously, I'm using Axiom and can just infinitely place wherever I want. When this grows, you'll notice their house is just being completely surrounded in foliage of bamboo and trees. So not only will they log on very confused on why they're covered in bamboo, they will then naturally get their sword out and try and take it down. Watch this. Now you might think bamboo takes, it's very quick to get rid of, right? It can get laggy, to be fair, if you do it on mass quantities, but that's only on very extreme quantities. It's more the fact that you then have to go around aiming at these one bits, and it's annoying to get rid of, and of course then your inventory gets full of bamboo. The main issue is with the trees, which we have handily... Whoa, sorry? How did you grow like this? Is this normal? Trees, and especially the dark oak ones, take very long to get rid of due to the fact that in its early game, you won't have efficient axes, and you'll be there for a long time, to the point where they might decide to burn. I want the Centurion server to showcase this next one because I can show you quite how devastating it is, because it's happened to me. This is my base, and as you can see, it requires lots of materials, which I keep on the floor. I'm working, usually. You'll notice I've been working on this floor lately, so there are quite a few shulk boxes that just have the resources I need, and I know where to find them. This is organised to me. However, they used to be in a more organised way down here. They used to just be on the floor, organised depending on what block they were in different shulk boxes. Wasn't the best system, but it was organised. Then, someone decided they'd prank me, and they did this. You notice how there's only 3 shulk boxes here? Oh, whoa, there's one there. Oh my god, there's some scattered on the walls everywhere. Basically, someone's moved all my storage around, and it is a massive inconvenience. Basically, all I'm saying is, even if they have chests, just go in them and just kind of move things around inside the chest, or swap things in the chest, just to confuse them and make them have to look, really. Number 9, the oldest trick in the book. Find someone's chests. Works better if they're hidden. Find their chests and just get on with it. Obsidian over them, so it takes long to mine, and they can't open their chests. You'll notice I'm just doing it in rows, because you can't open it like that. However, if you want to go the extra mile, you can just completely cover up the entire thing. Number 10, the Pearl prank. Now, I'm taking no credit for this whatsoever. I saw this on Hermitcraft, however, it is also, apparently, according to other members of the Centurion SMP, it's known as, like, wind charge launch something. Apparently it's not originally by them, but I don't know where else is by, so I'm crediting the video that I first saw it. So that's down in the description. It looks a bit complicated to set up. It's got very minor redstone in, and I've simplified it down as much as possible. Somebody who has a status chamber, you set up a contraption like this where it just has a little block here for an ender pearl that will land. And then all it is up here is essentially 2 observer clocks. This observer clock powers this dispenser, which is going to shoot out our wind charges. And this observer clock here powers this piston that is going to collect our wind charges. And all you need to do to start is just flick them both. You get this going and you'll notice wind charges start to be collected. Now, there is better ways of doing this. For example, now to make it launch even further, you can set it up like this. So you have 3 wind charge dispensers, but make sure to put a piston here and here. Then you'll notice I've done it properly this time. I've just moved the lever here, that might help you. All the wind charges are being collected by these here pistons. And they are being added in mass quantities. You might notice some lag start. My PC is holding up pretty oh, never mind, we're dropping. We are dropping. How many entities are we looking at? 400. Okay, we're climbing. We're just gonna... Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, the lag is growing exponentially. What I'm gonna do is I'm now gonna simulate this for ourselves. I'm gonna throw I'm gonna throw an ender pearl in here. And then we are going to actually see how far this will take us. But I'm going to stop the machine because it's getting really laggy. And I'm just going to give this line here a power. Now these are here because I then need to power the sides to get them in the middle. So once you power that, you'll notice like that. And now we flick the lever and you'll notice the ender pearl will vanish. And lag. Here's a timer of how long this takes. Oh my god. Oh my god. 3 minutes that took. Oh my god. We're 37,000 blocks out. Nearly 30. We're nearly 37. We're nearly 37. Essentially 800 blocks out. That's insane. Imagine if you don't have the Elytra. Imagine. Now, if you wanted to track someone's door, the classic way to do it would be to get your pressure plate and link it up to some TNT. However, more and more people are no longer using pressure plates. They are using these things called calibrated skulk sensors, which you activate by doing a certain action. So for this one, it is setting off a firework rocket, and then the door will open, which they think is secure. But we can trap it. So I'll set this up in a little diagram. So this is their book. This is their calibrated skulk sensor. And their rocket that will activate the piston, which will activate their door. Obviously, this is just a diagram. This would normally be... Obviously, this is just a diagram. However, you do not need to touch any of this. All you need to do is add a redstone line with whatever you want. It could be a note block with a head. Or in my case, it could be... lots of TNT, because this one's a bit deadly. Okay, it is imperative that you have these 2 blocks. This one allows the signal to go through, so this will get pushed. And this one just makes it so it collides with something. And this is underground. So you just need a line going underground. And then the next time, then let's say they're flying with their Elytra, they want their door to automatically open, they fly in, and and that'll happen. Although... if you set it up properly, where they're standing here, as you can see, that'll definitely kill them. New to the game, this one is designed to catch new players out, as they'll probably be learning that if you throw netherite into lava, it will not burn. See? Comes back up. So you can trick this by saying, if you have your shulker box full of diamonds, and just put a netherite ingot into it, it means that shulker box will no longer burn in lava. And then you get to laugh and watch as they throw the lava, their valuable shulker box, into the lava. The diamonds and shulkers have burned, but netherite will survive. Fake treasure hunt. It will often happen on the server. Someone will ask you something like, where is the stronghold? and then you give them coordinates. So you're going to give them coordinates, but you're going to give them wrong ones. We're going to go back to the pearl launcher, and first of all, you're going to put all your stuff away in an ender chest, and just bring a sign with you. You're then going to fire the pearl launcher up, and launch yourself thousands of blocks away. If it's something like a stronghold or a secret base, you can put something like push button for entry. You're then gonna have a button on the floor. You're then gonna link up this button to down below, where you're going to do what we did earlier. You're going to get a powered rail. Make sure when you press your button, the powered rail gets powered, and then all you're gonna do is completely fill this powered rail with TNT minecarts. Then very carefully, without touching them, you're gonna leave the hole and then drown in whatever nearby water there is. Then, when they come to the coordinates and go, push button for entry, this must be how I get to the stronghold or secret base, they push it, and they die. Maybe even with all their stuff. Moral condemnation. All you need to do for this one is learn how to write letters in Minecraft, or get a tool like Axiom, which built in has a text feature, which, as you can see, I've used to write this message. Dear Morty, I formally request that you resign from the Centurion position on the SMP. This is because I feel that you are bad and you smell. I hope you resign and die soon. Thanks, Ward. Trust me, that'll hurt more than killing them. However, it will take you hours to... If you're not using Axiom, it'll take you hours to plan it, and if you are, it'll take you hours to build it. It's a pain. Hit them where it hurts. Sorry, quick disclaimer. Be nice. Don't write something absolutely horrible. Or if you want... Number 19. We're skipping ahead a bit here. Number 19. Just be annoying. Thing.
Come say it to my face. Come say it to my face right now. You're scared of me. You're scared. Come down here right now. No.
I'm not scared. I was just trying to escape from the smell.
The smell. I see.
Thanks.
Is this content for you?
Yep.
Is this what the people want to see?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
I was gonna ask Morty some building tips because I think he's better than you.
Oh, I was gonna say, do you like my skin? I think it's cool.
Let's see. That was fun, wasn't it?
Yo, wait, what?
Oh my god! I know the Nether hub D-Link. If the player is in a Nether hub, it's simple, really. You just ruin their day. They will rely on this Nether hub to get their... They will rely on this Nether hub. All you need to do is dislink them from it. So whenever they go through their portal, they are then forced to, well, you know, have to find their way in the main Nether. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. If you watched again, make sure to subscribe and check out my Centurion series. We're on that server a lot, and I've just made 2 enemies, and it wasn't in the main episode.